Take it away.
Okay, so this is our regular Friday call for all things ecosystem, which is brought here to help anyone who wants to build on top of the protocol, to understand what's going on, how to build, because it's difficult. I know it's a 5 hop process to sell something through protocol, and we are here to help and to collect all the feedback about what can we do better to make sure that it's easy for you to work. I don't have a lot of updates. Let me check through all the release notes that we have right now. So um, we mostly been doing reliability of the protocol after the launch. Since we brought Rarible to the protocol, all things on Rarible are now working through protocol. Uh, we are working on the new documentation system for the API reference that would make sure that we have it up to date with all the changes in the protocol, just because it would be like blended in code basically right now. And at first we're writing the spec, and then we write code on top of that spec. So very soon we will publish the new version of API reference, which would cover more things that there is right now. And so, for example, there are new controllers for NFT order, which would combine together NFTs and orders on those NFTs. The whole new activity API, Rarible.com uses activity API already. So if you're building a product and you want to understand what happened with that particular NFT, it was minted, it was burned, it was transferred several times, it was bought, it was listed and delisted, bought and sold, and the whole API for that would be there. Um, and we fixed a lot of bugs. Usually originated that we had orders in the uh, we had orders in the order book which weren't valid. So, for example, the person didn't have enough money for the bid, and the bid wasn't valid. You couldn't accept that. So we revamped the checking system of validity of the orders, and now we count all things. So you need to have money to cover the fees, all sorts of things like that. So that's coming. It's not there yet, but if you're building a product, you can foresee those things in your product for activity. Uh, yeah, let me check. Included a lot of tests to make sure that protocol works more reliable again. There was several errors that you couldn't actually create an order for the item that just got minted because the system doesn't know about the item. So now you can create an order even before the item is created. Um, by the way, we updated the royalties cap. So the royalties, you can't have royalties more than 50% total. It was more than 30%, and people were using more than 30% a lot. So we updated that to be not more than 50. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, we added cancel activity event, which wasn't there. So for if you canceled an order, it didn't count an activity. And yeah, aside from that, it's all just internal optimizations. Um, yeah, we built a new helper function that can help you to reverse the order. For example, if you have a sell order and you need to create a buy order from that, there would be a whole API spec for that. And the new helper function that would help you match. If you have two signed orders, you can create a transaction, the pre-built transaction to and data for these two orders to match. Um, I'll stop here. I probably didn't tell you a lot just because the things are mostly internal. It's reliability and bug fixing, and the big wait for the new API reference that would be published. And Yevgeny is connecting right now to the call. Hello, Yevgeny. Let's ask him about
Hi.
when do we expect the API, the new version of API reference to be published?
Sorry, Alex, could you repeat, please?
Yeah, when do you think we could publish the new API reference that we've been building for several weeks now?
Actually, there is already published version. I put it on the Discord. It's API reference rarible.com/doc.html. I can put it one more time. But yeah, we will currently it is updated manually, but I think the only thing will change. It will be published on the index, not in the redoc HTML, and it will be auto-updated if we update anything.
Again, so it's index.html or what was the?
No, redoc.html after API reference.
Oh, crazy. We have so many new controllers here. Let me share. Oh, can you allow me to share the screen?
Yeah, Mark, I think you have the permission.
Can you also paste the URL in the chat here?
Of course, it's like this, redoc.html. Yeah, so here is the new one. We have all sorts of controllers out there. We have a lock controller, and for unlockables, we have NFT order ownership controller, NFT order item that would, that's the controller I was speaking about. It's the controller that includes the best sell order, the best bid order for the item. So this thing can help you to create the feed of items that are on sale, for example, quite easily. There is a controller.
Yes, but one more thing, that controller that has best sell order and the best bid order, it is not yet final version. So it is not used by Rarible.com, and I think it will be published next week because currently it is in test.
Okay. There is order activity controller, aggregation. Yeah, we also added aggregation functions. So if you want to build a leaderboard, for example, like the one on Rarible, with top sellers, top buyers, you can find them here by collection, by taker. So it's top sellers, top buyers, and top collections basically. So there is a lot of cool stuff. And ERC balance controller, you can get ERC20 balances. That's the controller that we use for understanding if the token is updated, or if the order is updated or not, if the person has enough ERC20 tokens to cover his bid. And currency rates. So yeah, it's been like twice as more controllers, I guess. By the way, Evgeny, will some of them be hidden from here? Or all of that is public, like ERC20 controller? I don't remember if we planned to publish that or just to be used by the order controller.
I don't know. It actually works, but I think we just need to make the documentation better. I think that we can expose them if anyone needs it. Then okay.
So yeah, that's the big thing. It's going to be the new version basically of all things API.
I
There
have
is
a question, Alex. If I
yeah.
were to use that on Polygon, for instance, I just need to change the endpoint.
Yeah. So the thing is, you can't use Polygon so far, unfortunately, just because we didn't deploy on Polygon yet. It's on our roadmap quite soon. Actually, it's literally one of the first things after finishing that on our roadmap. Yep, we would deploy our smart contracts and this indexer, so all the backend for Polygon. So if you're building the product on Polygon, we need to catch up to understand your timing and to make sure that we can fit your timing on that.
I see. Thanks.
It's going to take us like, I don't know, a month. Don't quote me on that, but this is the timing that we'd love to fit in. Might be more, no, but not like a year or half of the year.
Alex, there was a question from Ian before you joined about fiat integration and fiat payment. He was looking for information on that.
Yeah,
General timeline, or if you just wanted to talk about it for a couple minutes, like 2 minutes.
it's a great question. So the way we see integrating fiat on Rarible.com right now, so the first thing that we're doing is we're integrating a partner. That partner, what would that partner do for us? It would take the funds from the credit card of the person. It would exchange that into the crypto, and that would call our smart contract to actually buy NFT. So for the user, that's like pay with credit card, your funds are exchanged, and then the seller gets that crypto. The only problem with that approach is that it involves conversion to crypto, and that's why there are low limits and a lot of like know your customer requirements and all sorts of things like that. So somewhere down the road, we have another plan to like integrate purchase with fiat so that seller gets fiat as well. And here we're getting to a question on how exactly should that work on the protocol. Like basically in order to implement that, so the fiat payments are handled by the backend, right? So there is a webhook that fiat payment went through. What happens when we got that webhook? Should we go on chain and mark the item as bought? If we do that, yeah, that's working. But like, how can somebody else use that system? So it's a little bit unclear. Would you use the same payment gateway as we did on Rarible? What if you're selling something prohibited by our payment gateway? Should we control that? So there is a lot of questions when we talk about fiat, and if we don't want to convert that into crypto.
Alex, do you know? I was just checking out the CNN drop on Flow. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that they sold like 500 items by $20.
Yeah.
Right?
Were you able to go through the purchase experience? I guess when I joined, they were all sold out, so I didn't actually see. Like, do you know if Flow has a KYC fiat payment? Like, do you have to input a bunch of information as well?
I don't know at all, actually. I wasn't able to go through the purchasing experience on CNN. They were sold out as well when I joined. And As far as I understand, there's two ways. The first one, you needed to buy stablecoin that you just introduced with your credit card, and then to be subject to all the CNPS restrictions. Or
Yeah.
the second, that you paid directly to the CNN with the usual credit card payment provider, and then they just transferred an NFT to you, right? So for free.
Right.
No,
Yeah. As far as I know, I remember hearing that, like, for Top Shots, I think that there are KYC requirements, right? For, people buying in fiat, I think.
yeah, I suppose more than $2,000 or 2,500.
Yeah.
For withdrawing money.
Speaking of Flow, I heard that Rarible is integrating with Flow, and I was wondering, like what does that exactly mean? Are you deploying the same contract to Flow, or?
Yeah, the idea is to recreate the Rarible.com experience on Flow. So to bring as many features as we developed there. You can't deploy the same smart contract on Flow because they have the completely different architecture. It's another language, it's Cadence, it's another node, it's another indexing service. So everything's new. So we're developing just the similar experience, the protocol experience on Flow. Yeah.
Have another question about you. You mentioned that the order, you can now make orders, create orders, even before the NFT item is minted.
Yep.
So does that mean like when you make the encode order request, you don't get errors anymore, even if the token ID doesn't exist yet?
Again, can you comment on that? We're talking about the creation of order, that edge case when we weren't able to create orders for the NFTs that just got minted and haven't been yet seen by the system. So did we allow to start creating orders for the items that are not there yet?
Yeah, we just fixed this. So currently, maybe not currently, because it is not in prod, but these orders will be allowed to create. So it is these NFTs that if they don't exist, they considered simple, not lazy NFTs, and everything should work, I think.
So that's if like when you say that, you mean like at the step of the encode order, right? Because if you can't encode order,
at the encode order will work. Actually, you can test it on Dropston and Rinkyby. It should be there. So, but on mainnet there is not yet deployed.
Okay, that also means that you can even like create orders even before minting, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great feature. I was actually going to ask about that.
Yeah, but actually, but before minting, these orders won't be visible when you query orders because they will be inactive. Inactive.
Yeah, the fact that you can create it is like it's really powerful. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to create order for lazy NFT, then you should create lazy NFT first, because this way, when you create order before minting, the regular order will be created, not lazy. So we can't know.
You mean when I submit to Rarible, right?
Sorry, could you repeat? Didn't quite get.
So like if I create a lazy mint item but don't like post to Rarible yet, and also create order using the same token ID, as long as I don't post as long as I don't mean, like that's possible, right? Like you're just saying that it's not recommended to
Yeah,
post the order first.
yeah. The problem is that when we create the order, we
Yeah.
check what kind of NFT is there, and if we don't know, we think that it is not lazy. So that's
And what
why.
happened?
But I think I can answer this question if you write, I don't know, personal to me, what kind of request you will
Okay, I'll do that. I'll
you will
send
send, and yeah, I will tell you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. I don't know how clear that was, but yeah, if you have any questions, yeah, just DM Evgeny. I guess that should be relatively simple. So when you're creating order, we check if that's a lazy minted NFT or a real NFT. If we didn't find it, we create an order for the real NFT, and then this order stays inactive until your NFT actually get minted.
Hmm.
I just wanted to reconnect with Ian and ask for what were you looking for the fiat experience?
Yeah, so you mentioned basically there were two parts. One is obviously charging fiat, and then the second is doing a fiat payment or pay out to the seller. I'm more interested in the first part of it, specifically collecting fiat in exchange for something, particularly credit card. And I'm curious if who your payment gateway is that you were mentioning earlier, and how far along, I guess, the relationship is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So there is obviously like 5 gateways that I could recommend if that would not execute the transaction yet, but that just can exchange your fiat to crypto. So it's Wire, MoonPay. I can drop them in the chat. Wire, MoonPay, Simplex, Mercurio. Yeah, I guess there are several more. The Taurus is using Banksta or something like that. And there is one more, Vert. And we are talking to several of them for them to develop this feature, so that as soon as they transfer the money, so they can go and execute on chain just themselves. And we progressed with Word. Their solution works, and I can update you on when anyone else is ready to finalize the transaction as well.
What will that experience look like?
So you find an NFT, you click buy, it shows you buy with ETH or buy with credit card. You click buy with credit card, the payment provider iframe pops up, and it asks you for your telephone number so that they can remember you, that you passed the KYC already, and your card number. They can like remember that. You input your phone number, they send you an SMS, you input code, they ask you for a passport, they ask you for a utility bill and your credit card number. You click pay, your bank, charging your credit card for funds, they get transferred to the provider, and the provider says, okay, just wait for your NFT to come to your wallet.
The KYC is a real pain in the ass. I mean,
It sounds it.
Yeah, I tested our current KYC flow on the beta site, And I mean, I couldn't even pass the KYC because I don't even have a utility bill. So it's like, it's a huge barrier.
So my suggestion would be to reach out to Wire, MoonPay, Simplex, Mercurial, and Banksta, and ask them, can you make a transaction after you get the funds for me, please? As soon as they got 10 of requests like that, they would implement this. And for Wire, you can do Apple Pay, no KYC, under $500 a week. That's not a lot, but already better. For MoonPay, I don't remember, is there any non-KYC? Is there any non-KYC limit? Let me ask the Mercurial.
I mean, maybe, you know, that might be the reason why CNN's drop was priced so low, because then in that case, you don't need KYC. You know, it might be a better experience to have like editions that are priced really low than the high end market for things like that, or at least to start with. I think they were less than $100.
Is that the tier? Is that where KYC kind of kicks in?
KYC kicks in, I guess. You can check how KYC works on Wire website. I suppose it's like below 250 each transaction, and below some amount of money, some amount of funds a week.
Yeah, so it's like maybe that experience would dictate kind of the target market there, and like
good call.
Yeah. Because and just wait for better solutions to come online, you know.
Yeah. Well, let me dig through. I appreciate all the recommendations on providers. There's quite a few here. That's really helpful.
Thank you for asking. So our long-term vision is that it looks like these places would blend together. So we expect the KYC requirements to get up, and for the accessibility of crypto to get down. Just because I've been in the space for 9 years. 9 years ago, it was really hard to buy crypto. I don't know if you remember 2017 when it was really crazy, but you needed to go to Kraken, upload all your KYC, wait for a week to get approved to start buying crypto. So we're getting there. Yeah, Circle is doing a lot of work. So it feels like Visa started settling payments on they told that they started settling payments. I don't know exactly what they have settled so far, but it looks like Circle will be a big partner of Visa, and we would get USDC, the same experience as you have with your bank account now. It feels like 100%, like in a couple of years. If you want to start a long-term project, I suppose you could count on that and have some middleware solution.
All right, any other questions? I know Claudio and Tom, you guys were in the chat. Not sure if you guys have questions, but now's the time.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hey, so yeah, we might drop here by surprise. We just had joined the Discord server, and but we are currently developing our own marketplace, NFT marketplace, and we were wanting to use Rarible protocol for that, right? So we start reading the docs and stuff like that, and some doubts pop up. Not much regarding with the topics that we're currently discussed here. And by the way, I just want to say a great work. It's really awesome what you guys have accomplished till now. But so one doubt we have is like, if we use your API for our marketplace, our orders would be sent to your order book, or we will need to create our own? Because I've seen that your order book is off-chain, right?
I'm not sure I've got the question.
The order book is it's off-chain. We were studying the protocols, the ones deployed on Rarible. We were able to use it, but we don't know how would we organize our order book for the bids and the sellers. So we were trying to figure out what's going to happen, when we create orders or auctions inside our marketplace. Would we need to build up our order book, or using your API, we would be using your off-chain backend?
Yep. So the idea is that you would be using our off-chain backend to store your order book. That's the easiest way to do. There is a post-order API method that is accepting signed orders. And then there is get bids by item, get sell orders by item API endpoints that would give you this order book back by your item or by the user, by the collection.
All right, got it. And go on, sorry.
Yeah, does that concern you, or what are your hesitations?
Yeah, because we were thinking about also we are going to use Polygon, right? Which you guys said that you'll be deploying to Polygon as well sometime soon.
Yeah.
All right. So, but on Polygon, fees are way lower. So we were thinking about maybe adapting and having our order book on chain. I've seen that on the docs, there are some points written that we could easily do that. Do you guys think that would be possible?
Yes, I think that's possible. So it's not that difficult to create an on-chain order book. So basically, current exchange V2 can use other contract which holds orders on chain. So I think it's a matter of, I don't know, 100 lines of code to make this order book on chain.
That sounds great. So if we create that order book on chain, would we be also able to keep using your API?
Yes, I think also if you need this feature, you can DM me. I don't know if you can write Solidity code. Do you or not?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, for example, if you want to do it, you can write Solidity code for this. We review it, maybe include it in the protocol contracts, and we can deploy this maybe even on Ethereum and also on Matic when Polygon when we deploy it there. Also, we will have to change our backend a bit, not much, but yeah.
Oh, nice. That sounds great, man. I'll DM you later then.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, guy. Oh, and also one last point is I don't know if you guys know about Syscoin, but they are currently creating an NEVM to work, which will be just like Polygon, some kind of second layer solution. And we also would be to integrate that chain on our marketplace. So yeah, we might need to deploy on on there as well.
Okay, what are the features? Why did you consider this as a solution? Why do you need another chain? If, for example, if you have Polygon, and maybe why?
Oh, all right. They are like using, they are creating this NVM to work on top of Syscoin, and then they are getting some lower fees, even lower than Matic ones, and also they will keep proof of work. So it's just because we are trying to make it multi-chain, but basically on Matic and on this new EVM, an EVM from Sys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why. So those would be the two chains we were going to support.
Okay, I get it.
All right, but yeah, first we are doing our tests on Rickenby. So and there will be like pretty much the same code.
Yes, I think the same code should work. The only difficult thing when you use some chains is that you should have some kind of bridge, I think, to move assets, and it's the most difficult part. And also, the difficult part is somehow to combine API. For example, what we want to do with Polygon and with other chains is we would like to create one API for them all. I mean, there be different APIs for the chains, but I think to make this easy to use, we should create an API which contains all the items from all chains. And this way it will be much easier to use as an API. So it's a hard part.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you. Any other questions?
All right, I guess if there's no more questions, we can probably end the call. Thanks, everyone. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
You guys.
Bye.
Have a great weekend as well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.